The girl was holding a needle and thread when she accidentally woke the resting woman. Startled, she immediately dropped to her knees, begging the woman not to punish her. The woman's heart ached as she moved to hug the girl, but her movement only frightened the girl more. The girl quickly promised she would never take first place. She was willing to give it up to the first love's daughter. Seeing this, the woman shook her head in pain and tried to approach, only to have the girl kneel again in tears, pleading for one chance to compete. The woman pulled her into a tight hug and finally realized how much psychological trauma she had caused the girl in her past life. Back then she had abandoned the girl, trying desperately to please her first love and his daughter, just to marry the man. She gave them everything, leaving the girl without proper clothes or shoes. Even when the girl was seriously injured in a car accident, she used the family money to treat the first love's daughter's minor injuries, which ultimately left the girl disabled for life. In the end, she gained nothing. When she fell ill, her first love and his daughter locked her away behind a mountain grave. 20 years later, the girl returned, but not to save her. She brought a letter cutting all ties. Heartbroken, the woman accepted that her mistakes were beyond forgiveness. The girl forced her handprint onto the paper, then walked away. Her first love and his daughter appeared, but instead of rescuing her, they coldly said she deserved it, then sealed the grave shut. Just before death, the woman realized how foolish her entire life had been. She vowed never to be someone's stepmother again. Maybe heaven gave her a second chance, because the next moment, she woke up 20 years in the past. She saw the young girl covered in bruises, eyes filled with fear, and this time she swore she would protect the girl with her life. She rushed to the tailor to buy the finest fabric for a dance dress, but the shopkeeper assumed it was for the first love's daughter. Only then did she realize her bias had already become public knowledge. On her way home, she noticed the fabric weight was off, so she went back to argue. The shopkeeper denied everything, so she grabbed a butcher's knife and pressed it against his neck. The once soft-spoken woman shocked everyone. The shopkeeper immediately returned the missing fabric, yet after she left, the shopkeeper and others still assumed she was sewing for the first love's daughter, and quickly informed his family. They had no intention of marrying her. They simply took her devotion for granted, unaware they would soon be disappointed. Back home, she dressed the girl in the red dance outfit she had made. Only then did she notice the girl was wearing straw shoes she had woven herself. Seeing her toes bloodied and raw, the woman broke down in tears, blaming herself again and again. She vowed to buy the most comfortable shoes for the girl, but word of her fabric purchase had already spread. Meanwhile, the first love's family grew impatient. Since no shoes had been delivered, they stormed into her house. Seeing the girl in the red dance dress, his mother assumed it was for her daughter, and violently grabbed the girl's ear, demanding she remove the dress. When the girl refused, she slapped her hard and tried to force it off. At that moment, the woman was on her way home with the perfect shoes, unaware of what was happening. Neighbors heard the commotion and rushed over. They pushed the first love's mother away. When questioned, she said the woman never even gave the girl proper shoes, let alone a fancy dress, and every time the girl scored higher than her daughter, the woman would beat her. The girl tearfully confessed the woman made the dress for her, so she could compete in a dance contest next week. Still, the first love's mother refused to believe her, and raised her hand to strike again, but just then, the woman came home.